What is going on, guys? Bear with us a little bit as we get started. I'll talk about it in the intro a little bit, but my computer got completely wiped. So I had to rebuild everything from scratch. So I'm going to be adjusting audio levels. Let me know in the chat. Things need to go up or down. I'm going to be working on stuff as we go. I guess that's not unlike other weeks because it's usually all jacked up. And since it's going to be a rodeo, right? Since it's going to be a rodeo, I threw the cowboy hat on because it's going to be out of control. But I appreciate everyone being here. Welcome in. This is episode something of the scope, and we're going to talk about everything going on from Gamescom, the laughable stuff at Concord, probably get some Call of Duty stuff in, and just talk about everything going on within FPS while I feverishly work behind the scenes to keep the show up and running. And also, hopefully, the thing keeps going because I don't even have this computer together yet. Like, there's like wires and stuff hanging out on my legs, and like,
oh, nice.
It's going everywhere. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Glad you guys are here. And yeah, let's get into this stuff. I'm one of your co-hosts, Crash, joined by BlueTheRobot and Buffnerd Gaming. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Nice. How was your guys' weekend? I hope it was better than mine as far as PC issues go.
Yeah, can't complain. What did I do? Went to the lake for a night. So that was pretty chill. Saw some music, had a cool date night. I went to the fair, so that was fun. Good old New York State Fair, kind of a big deal.
Oh, nice.
So that was good stuff. That's about it. Other than that, I just kind of like did some busy work.
How about you,
Nice,
Blue?
dude.
What do you got cranking?
Yeah, no, it's pretty chill weekend as well too. Son was with the grandparents this weekend, so it was just me and the wife, and we slept a lot, tried to catch up on some sleep. And then I took her out to a sushi restaurant as well too, because she was like craving sushi. It was my first time trying sashimi.
Oh, nice.
As well, like proper. So it was like salmon that was just caught that day with the head on and everything.
Ooh.
Dude, oh, dude, it was butter, man. It was so good. Had a little bit of wasabi on the bottom of it, just a little that kick.
That's the best. What did you guys get rolls too? What were your
yeah? She got one of them was like a Mexican roll or something like that, which had what was it? Like cooked crab and stuff like that, and some other stuff. And another one she had eel on it, but she didn't realize it was eel. And it looked like a piece of like steak on top of it.
Eel's good though.
Yeah, well, she didn't know. She was like, "Oh man, this is my favorite one." And the waitress was like, "Oh yeah, you like the eel?" She goes, "The what?" And she was like hesitant about it. I was like, "Too late. You already ate an entire roll. You like it, all right?"
It's all fish, man.
It's So, but I guess now I know why it looked like steak, because that was just like the charred skin of the eel.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked really good. I ain't tried that one, but I had some like some is it tonkatsu? Is that what it is? No, or chicken katsu?
I'm not sure.
Something like that.
Is it like grilled?
It was fried. It was breaded and fried chicken. Pretty much.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So had some of that, and then just that was pretty much it. We just went out, did some date stuff with the Hobby Lobby.
There you go.
And that was pretty chill. Yeah, nothing crazy.
Nice.
Good old Hobby Lobby.
I had like a super chill Saturday and everything was awesome. Did some trucking during the day, hung out with the family. Then my computer parts got in Sunday. And then we had fantasy football draft Sunday evening, and I got home at like 9:30. And I'm like, man, it's probably too late to start a stream, but I could swap out these computer parts, man. I'm excited to hit it up with the Ryzen 9 and see what it's all about.
So I got a new really quick, what was the reason that you needed to switch to begin with?
Just wanted an upgrade.
Need is a strong word, Buff.
You wanted.
To.
Yeah, I wanted to. Honestly, I thought about the good old tax man coming and was like, I need some stuff to write off on some of these content creation earnings. So it's like, instead of giving it back to the government, I'm gonna upgrade my system and be able to write it off, to be honest with you. So, and I think I'm trying to keep my current machine like up to like beast the standards so I can always just run one machine. I don't ever want to do a dual PC streams, like dual setup and stuff. So I try to make one like monster computer so it does everything from one. But yeah, so I got it all apart and into it, and then I learned some things really the hard way, dude. Like, holy cow. Yeah, I learned first off, I put it together and it wouldn't post, it wouldn't turn on at all. And then I found out it's not in any of the manuals anywhere, but with some certain Ryzen's CPUs and DDR5 RAM, there's like a memory learning training thing it has to do. So you have to plug one stick into the A2 slot, the motherboard flashes the error lights of the CPU and DRAM, and then it's done and it shuts off. And then you have to put the other RAM in the A2 slot, does the same thing. Then you can put them in the 2 and 4 slot and it'll work. So it took me like forever to figure out why I wasn't getting anything. But I did that and now it turned on. And then my old boot drive is an old school M.2 SATA, which isn't supported on this motherboard. So I had to wipe my scratch disk that I edit on to be my OS so I could at least have a computer. So I'm down a drive right now. And then I was thinking ahead. I'm like, man, this isn't going to be a big deal. I'm going to back up all my OBS stuff so I don't have to reset up all that crap. I knew resetting up the audio was going to suck, like remixing everything and all my EQ and all that stuff. I hate so much, but I did that last night. And then I was like, all right, I'm just going to import OBS and everything's going to be just fine. And I exported and backed up the profile, which, as I know now, is not the same as the scene collection. So I saved the profile, but that did not have any of the information, media, or anything from my scenes. So I had to rebuild all the OBS stuff for my gaming stream and for this all on Twitch. So I'm like finishing it as we go. And it's been like I don't even have this computer like together yet because I was waiting to get the other drive to put it back together. So there's like parts and wires hanging out everywhere, and the sides and top is off of this thing, and like, yeah,
all over the place. You're a mess.
But we're here. I don't think if I told people that, they would know. It's running smooth out here. The chat is giant. I don't know why the chat's giant, but we're gonna work on that as we go. But
easier to read, that's for sure.
Yeah, maybe it's good for my boomer eyes. It's accessibility options for old people. Look at that. I can read that.
Exactly.
It's like those, to please everybody.
Like those mobile phones with the giant numbers on it, you know?
Yeah.
The jitterbug.
Jitterbug.
I want to tell you something funny because I have like really big hands that kind of suck on a little keyboard. I actually tried to find like a jitterbug style keyboard. Like I thought maybe if there's like an old person accessible keyboard, it would be like bigger keys and it would be like not as easy to sausage finger stuff. I tried to find one. There isn't one. So if you want a business idea,
wow.
If you want to start making
surprised there isn't
giant keyboards. Actually. I couldn't find one, but that was a while ago. If I had like a jitterbug keyboard, man, I'd be rocking. But with all that being said, it's been said. Do you guys want to talk about video games?
Let's talk about the games.
Let's do it.
I kind of wanted to talk. This is like a bigger deal. I wanted to talk about the Arc Raiders thing first because that game warrants talking about because from an industry standpoint, it's gone through some weird stuff, right? Like it was going to be free to play PvE, then they delayed it. No, we're making it PvP. And now we found out at Gamescom, they did a very lackluster trailer that basically showed that the game's not gone. It didn't give us really any information as launch date or what's in the game or anything like that. It just basically said, hey, we're still here. And it had, they announced in a press release that they're going to do $40, I think, or it's going to cost like $40 instead of free to play. So they can focus on content, making a good game, and they don't have to design the game around microtransactions to make money.
Which is nice, you know, overall.
For the drive fund that crashed. I often regret my name, my gamer tag name I chose, because when shit's going wrong and everything's crashing, it's like, haha, that's your name. And it was kind of, I don't know. Sometimes I regret it, but
it's perfectly.
What do you guys think? Switching it up to a premium title.
I mean, I don't know. I was
bad.
never that interested in the game to begin with, unfortunately. But I think it makes sense if they have good offerings and there's a large enough audience for it. and they have a good roadmap. It just depends on what they're planning on offering.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still kind of confused on what the game style is going to be now. Ever since they changed their Steam description, it's funny because looking at an IGN trailer, it still shows that it's a PvPvE extraction shooter,
Yeah.
but now on Steam, it's a PvPvE action survival shooter. So I'm confused on what it's gonna be. I'm going off. I would go off more of the Steam posts because that seems like to be the most up to date. IGN always gets stuff wrong. Um,
Whoa.
so
Pew pew.
whoa.
Shots fired.
But
I'm
yeah, no, it's I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this. I wouldn't say because of the game itself, but more for the feature of Embark Studios as a development company specifically,
Yeah.
especially being ex Dice devs.
yeah. And I guess on YouTube they call this a release window trailer. I think that's a first for me. Hearing that.
Yeah, that I didn't get either. Like,
But what is cool about it though for me is this is something I've been saying for a while. I've said this with Delta Force and with Arena Breakout, like with their their microtransaction heavy stuff and how games get to be designed around microtransactions. I'm almost to the point where I just want games to cost 40 or 50 bucks and then they're designed to be good games rather than to sell you stuff.
Yeah.
true. That's why I don't mind it. And $40 doesn't seem too bad in the scope of 60, 70, $80 games nowadays. So
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not as excited about the game, but now I'm kind of invested in seeing how it plays out for him. Like this
yeah.
kind of move in the industry, because I wouldn't hate it if this is what more games did. Just, charge me what it costs and it's my game and I don't have to buy stuff. Now Call of Duty, they do both. They charge you 80
I
bucks
was saying
and then
it becomes an
designed around
issue.
microtransactions.
Yeah, exactly. It becomes an issue when they're doing both. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that this is kind of how it was back in the day, and it kind of makes sense from ex Dice devs. I wonder if there'll be maybe like a premium version of the game itself. I'm pretty sure maybe there'll be pre-orders as well too.
But yeah, even the trailer is like really showing the PvP. Like it's been a huge shift in what the game started out to be as a PvE game that a lot of people were really excited for. And then I see, and I don't know, it might be like a silent majority thing. I don't mind PvP, but I see a lot of people upset that they're not doing that. Maybe with the premium price tag, they can have a mode for both. We've seen Tarkov kind of do that. Gray Zone's done that, having a PvE and a PvP mode. You can play how you want to. Hopefully with the extra time that they're taking to develop it, they can do that and make everybody happy. Or that's impossible. Make most people happy. Make more people happy, I guess would be the right term. But it's crazy to see how the game's gone, and I'm more invested in launch just to see how the strategies the play out for them rather than the actual what do you mean? Like the
Game
rather than the
itself.
actual game. Yeah. Rather than actually playing
Yeah.
it. So that could be pretty funny.
And if
Yeah.
it's a good game, on top of that, it's a win for both.
Right, 100%. Gamescom recap. So Gamescom happened. I didn't catch a lot of it. I caught a few things. Was there anything new with Stalker Blue?
Yeah, I know. I watched it live on stream with the community. Also, can I just say it's weird when there was a IGN Gamescom live stream and then there was a IGN Twitch live stream and they were both showing two different things. So I had to have two different windows open up just to be ready for whenever they showed Stalker stuff. So that was kind of annoying, but no, the actual Gamescom like trailer, or not trailer, but it was an interview. I again trying to say this man's name. Basically, the lead creative director at GSC. He was interviewed by one of the hosts on the show, and they showed a really cool, interesting he was like talking through a mission which was one of the quests for the game itself, and he was placing scanners. You saw some gunfights between you, some bandits. It was funny because even the developer was like, "Here, we see some bandits doing some cheeky breaky stuff." It was kind of funny hearing that from him specifically. Um, and then we saw, I believe it was against the military, from what I can see. Um, so yeah, there was that, and then I mean, again, it's one of those things where I mean, it looked like it was some parts were on um or I think most of it was on mouse and keyboard as well too, because he had like a Q&E. So we saw like the lean function. We saw, the reload animations a little bit more. Um, we saw the AI look like they know how to throw grenades pretty well. Kind of reminiscent of like some Clear Sky stuff. And then, um, yeah, I mean, again, it was a pretty short one. This was what was shown on the game on the show floor as well too. Was that mission? So people that got a chance to get their hands on it was playing that exact mission that they were talking about. And then we also got, prior to that, we also got another trailer showcasing another character return named Scar. Um, and we got some interesting like lore coming out from the trailer as well too. Apparently, they found, because like the zone, the thing about Stalker, it's in the zone and it's supposed to be contained within the zone itself. But one of the biggest things was that Scar asked Skiff, who's the main character that you're playing, he was like, so it was like, so you saw an anomaly outside the zone. So it's like, uh-oh, I guess the zone could be expanding further, which is kind of scary to know. But yeah, I mean, other than for like gameplay purpose, it looks good. We also got some interesting news that just came out today from Stalker 2 News, literally like 32 minutes ago, that for the Xbox players, you're gonna have two graphical modes. So one of them is gonna be the performance mode at 60 FPS, and then there's going to be a quality mode at 30 FPS.
Oh,
So yeah, it's gonna have better picture, but you're gonna have 30 FPS in 2024 on an Xbox. So
dang it.
yeah, I'm glad I'm getting it on PC. That's all I gotta say. So, because I can have both and higher. Um, hopefully, I'm still kind of curious on how the game will run as well too, because it is Unreal Engine 5. There's a lot going into it. There's gonna be multiple things moving all at once. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. Again, just so we got another trailer, we got some more look into a quest. Which you already saw originally from the gameplay overview, which was the quest in the swamps. So yeah, it just seems pretty cool. They're also apparently possibly, I think, just for like people who want like some more Stalker stuff, MSI might be making a 4070 Ti super slim edition that's like Stalker like.
Oh, nice.
So the cooler's smaller so it can overheat.
Yeah, exactly. And it's MSI. So I mean, I don't have anything against MSI too much, but yeah, it's I'm curious to see more of it. A lot of people were excited seeing Scar come back from past Call of Pripyat games, or the Call of Pripyat game itself. Yeah. And we also got some really cool, like, in the trailer, like we saw like a flashback of one of the moments in Clear Sky, but it was like, it's cool to see it's cool to see a game that came back in like the early to mid 2000s and seeing a scene in that game reimagined with Unreal Engine 5 graphics. I think it's always cool to see that. So
yeah, like a throwback but in updated engine stuff. Yeah,
exactly. So but yeah, cool. A lot of, and then they're also going to be at PAX West, from what I've heard as well too. So from what I've seen, so yeah.
So what's the release date again, Blue? It's October
November
now?
20th.
Oh, November now. Okay.
Yeah, so we still got some time. It sucks. It was supposed to be freaking next month, but yeah, it's like late November, so it's a little bit
That
more of a
works out
wait.
well though, because you don't, you avoid, instead of being right before or in the middle of the Call of Duty like beta and release, you're a little bit after that now. So I feel like not only will we have
Yeah,
more time
yeah.
to get the game polished, but it'll be able to stand on its own as far as releases go.
Yeah, also like holiday time frame and holiday sales possibly later on down the line. So they, I think I don't know the reason why they delayed in specific. I don't know if it was just to work on the game more. I'm pretty sure it could be just to fix bugs and stuff like that. But maybe it
Yeah.
was also maybe a slight marketing decision as well too, because that would make sense of just like trying to release when there's like other juggernauts on the table as well. So
Yeah.
The other thing,
yeah,
I didn't see too much else with Gamescom, honestly. There was the Call of Duty stuff, which I think it's worth talking about. COD. I guess we can now, as it was part of Gamescom. Um,
yeah,
Buff had some stuff that was changing it up with COD. We got a new multiplayer trailer today that I will pull up, and I guess we can get opinions on it, because I think Buff and I actually were on the same page about something, which is
For
pretty
once.
crazy. for once in our life. What did you think of the
Yeah.
multiplayer trailer? What did you see in there?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching it, and I was gonna do a all trailer weapons video like I usually do for these things, but um, it was just like the trailer. I could see maybe like 3 or 4 guns clearly, and then there was a lot of blueprint weapons in there too, so you couldn't really tell what they were because they were just like a bunch of different colors and weird, um, crazy blueprints. So I think overall, my favorite part of the trailer, and the only part that I really enjoyed in the trailer, was where they actually showed the gunsmithing. You could see a couple different variants of different weapons there. I believe like an SR3M also. So they showed off some things there, and I think
yeah.
overall the rest of the trailer, I was really disappointed with it. I just thought it was a lot of like crazy typical Call of Duty stuff, like let's follow everything around, and you know it just like they're the cameras following the players, following the RVs and things like that. There's really not that much to see. I feel like there was just too much going on. They're just going for spectacle is what it looked like. So I really don't know what to expect from multiplayer based on the trailer here. I would have liked to have rather seen actual like gameplay, which I know we're probably going to get soon. But it's a multiplayer reveal trailer. There's really not any gameplay. It's just very scripted, same old Call of Duty stuff we've seen. So I was a little disappointed with it, honestly. I just looked like the same old stuff, and based on the trailer, I don't really know what I'm supposed to expect from multiplayer, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like it's really early to already be showing the skins, man. Like the gunsmith thing was cool, but like to already see like pre-order weapon skins and stuff in the trailer, it's just like, geez. And we were talking about,
Yeah.
we were just talking about our creators being like, well, if the game's good, I get it going to be in like a premium title, and then they don't have to design around microtransactions. Call of Duty literally double dips and does both. They charge $80 for the game, and then in the very first multiplayer trailer, it's already all about skins. So
yeah. And with the pre-order bonuses at the end, it's all about like getting these skins and stuff by pre-ordering.
Yeah, all
and
the
Vault
crazy
edition bundle and
Yeah,
everything.
you can go like frame by frame and kind of look at the gunsmith stuff too. It's interesting to see some of those weapons.
Yeah,
weird variants.
There's some cool stuff there for sure, but
that was
I don't
about the
know.
only cool part.
That was
of
about the
it,
only thing I liked about it. Yeah, I think the rest of the trailer was just typical.
It didn't feel like a reveal trailer. It felt more like those like DLC trailers,
Yeah,
mid-season type
I
stuff.
felt the same. Yeah, there was really
man.
nothing new besides the Omni move, and it's like everything's the same, just that you can jump sideways.
It felt like a seasonal trailer, like where they advertise the skins and like the little bit of lore that they do. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's a bit of a bummer. The game's gonna do great sales wise. We all know that, but
yeah, of course.
Just as far as what I saw, I don't know the Omni movement, man. When we talked about it last week, I still think about that clip we showed last week. And it makes me laugh,
I was just thinking that too, because it's like, oh, they're showing it in like in a tactical sense, and that's not what all these players are going to be used. Exactly. Yeah. So it's just like it's hilarious watching it.
And just crazy.
how it's going to be used is go back and watch that clip of us last week,
Yeah.
just die and laugh and watching the third person view of that thing, man. Just flopping
exactly,
around
yeah.
on the ground, dude. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
So ridiculous.
So funny, man. But
And it's
yeah,
like, and that was against bots. Imagine like everyone doing that, you know,
Mhm,
like
mhm. Yeah,
um,
dude. That's my biggest like. There's really nothing to take out of for a multiplayer reveal. I think this is where I think Call of Duty's getting stale, which I think we've talked about a lot. Is like a multiplayer reveal trailer should be a big thing. This doesn't really show us anything new that we haven't seen in every other Call of Duty like Black Ops title. There's really nothing new here, besides they overemphasize omni movement with the side jumps and stuff. But that's all I'm seeing. There's really nothing else that's new with any of this.
it's so
So
fun. I'm watching the clip kind of like going frame by frame real quick, and I see there's a part where like they were trying to showcase the Omni movement. It looked like a Max Payne, like two guys
yeah,
jumping midair, two dual pistols.
yeah,
And I realized he's coming out of the water at like Mach 10. Looks like a
yeah,
dolphin jumping out of the water. I'm just like, great. This is the Call of Duty that
dude. And you
people
know
like.
the issue. I'm sure Crash, you've run into it. Like if you're holding a building in Warzone or whatever, sometimes there's a bug or whatever. Somebody climbs a ladder and they like super, holding the ladder should be easy. And then they get to the top and they like jettison
launch.
up like a fucking rocket ship and kill you. And you're like, what
Yeah.
the hell? I can see that just being an issue with like everything now. It's just that because that shouldn't happen in itself. Like holding the ladder there shouldn't be any way somebody climbing a ladder that you're watching wins a gunfight. And now people can dolphin dive sideways out of the water, which
Yeah.
is just
As much as
crazy.
because like I enjoy like I remember again there's a certain game that shall not be named that happens to be made by a company. They had omni movement in that game, sort of. You can roll around on your back, you can turn around, you can so I enjoy omni movement, but when that's like your only selling point for the
Yeah,
entire multiplayer
right.
and then
That's
just
the
adding on
biggest thing.
skins, like
Yeah, that's
that means you really didn't do much work. And I'm also seeing maps that we've seen before with different skins again. So it's like, and they showcase that. I know there are going to be new maps as well in there too, but
yeah. I think
you
they
know,
said
oop, was it me? We're good.
Hello, lost buff,
Doo-doo-doo. Lost buff. Dang it! Right in a good.
dude. I've been having internet trouble too, man. I last night my stream, and then we dropped some frames here on this show today too. Like, I'm gonna have to call the internet people. I was hoping it was like a intermittent deal, but yeah, my stream 2 nights ago was chalked, man. But
Dude, I was even thinking myself grabbing I don't know how good Starlink residential is, but like we keep looking at it, like we might just like maybe even look into doing that.
like as a backup, it's not as solid as like a wired fiber
It
connection or
feels
anything,
like
but
it feels like it's like 5G on your phone. That's what I keep seeing. It's kind of like a good network connection. It's not like
yeah,
a good gaming one. So
sometimes you can get little dips on it, like when it switches satellites or something. What I have
yeah.
internet that is a fixed wireless radio on my barn, on my horse barn that shoots to a tower up on the hill behind my house. So it's
Watch
not
out for
good.
them 5Gs. I'm
It's
just
not good, man.
kidding.
My internet is not good, and I pay a lot for it. But there is fiber being laid through my ditch by my house right now, so I should have fiber soon. I hope, because this internet's been nothing but a dang nightmare, man. It's been
But
it's been really bad. But yeah, Buff. I don't know what Buff was gonna say about Call of Duty, but I was gonna say about it. So like Sunday night we had our draft, and there's like a few things. Fall is my favorite time, right? Like, and there's a few things that get me into that mood and that nostalgia feeling of like excited for fall and the weather and hunting season and like all that stuff. And then it's like Call of Duty was always one of those, like a new COD. Like you get to play the beta and then you wait for it to launch and you have fun with your friends and hanging out. And it's just like, I'm so sad that I'm not the audience for this game anymore.
yeah, man, they try to make. I mean, but some of the trailers like moments, bringing like classic prestige back. That was like something that a lot of the veterans were asking for again, and now they're bringing it back. But it's like I don't even really want to try it out.
Yeah. yeah. I'm just sad that I don't get excited for COD. It's not part of my fall rituals anymore to be like all amped up about it like it used to be. Dang it, man. But we'll see. I'm definitely gonna try the beta. I there's no reason not to try it. We'll get some more information. Actually, in 2 days, Finn. COD Next is the 28th. Bus back, baby.
Dude.
Oh, it is on the 20th.
My internet just like went out. I know Spectrum was doing some stuff outside today, so maybe they knocked me off.
Definitely, they're laying some bugs to listening to your conversations
Tried
for
you back.
sure.
I'm having
Just the
internet.
government.
I'm having internet troubles too. We're dropping some frames on the stream. 2 nights ago, I was telling these guys on my Twitch chat, or my Twitch stream was jacked up too. So lovely, love that for me.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, is the beta in 2 days as well? COD Next is in 2 days. Does the beta go live like right after?
Yeah, I think it does.
Holy
Like
cow!
30,
Okay.
The 30th or the 31st, or maybe it's the 29th. I don't know. It's
Hey,
whenever
we're a
COD
news
Next.
program. I'll Google it.
Yeah, I haven't been paying too much attention to Call of Duty.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about too, Buff. It's like we had our football draft. The weather kind of is supposed to cool off this weekend and stuff, and it's like it gets me excited for fall. And like getting excited for Call of Duty used to be one of those things that I knew like fall was coming, and it's just sad that I'm not as excited as usual about it.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
2 days.
So it does. So like they're gonna have COD Next, and then it's gonna go live like right after.
Yeah, so the beta is on the 30th, is what Chad's saying.
Or 2 days after. Gotcha.
So that'll be Friday then, right after COD Next. So
okay. COD
interesting.
Next, there's the dates on the screen. Sorry, podcast listeners. How it goes: early access is October 30th through September 4th, and then I guess there's an off day, and then the open beta is September 6th through the 9th. So weird.
Man, I'll be honest, I'm debating not pre-ordering. So for early access, I don't know if I want to.
Yeah.
I have to think about it. It doesn't look like I want to drop my money for it.
No, I think the open beta would be sufficient amount of time.
What's the calendar? What's that calendar like?
August 30th is and September 4th are not that far away. So
30th is the Friday. So it's like a weekend thing. There's like 1 weekend of early access.
Yeah.
And then the next weekend is open. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I'll probably wait unless I can find a way to get a code somewhere. I don't really want to. I don't want to pay any money, especially until I play it. Because I think there's a very real chance I play it and like not this year, or I might catch it on like the Christmas sale or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless Search and Destroy is like out of this world, I'll probably watch Marksman. I'm Marksman.
And see what it looks like.
Yeah, because he plays Search like smart, like he plays it awesome. So we'll see how he plays it. I'll be listening. I'm gonna crank up his stream, like it's like red line it to try to hear footsteps. Let's see. Let's see if there's.
Does just Game Pass get access to early access?
Oh yeah, I guess if you have Game Pass, or you could do the $1 thing on Game Pass. And
dude, nice. then you could just do that way cheaper, and you just it's a good test. I was going to do that as well too, just to because I really want to play the campaign just because it looks actually pretty decent. So that would be the only reason why I play it. I used to a lot, especially when I was playing like Sea of Thieves and stuff like that, and then
the quadruple A game.
And I had it. Yeah. No. That's Skull and Bones. Sea of Thieves is the better pirate game.
Oh, you're right. They get mixed up. The pirate games get mixed up in my old brain.
Yeah. Not the quadruple. No.
Justin, thank you for the $4.99. Keeping this program going, keeping the lights on over here.
Apparently, the reason why the $4.99 was because Justin wants to see, or the wife wants to see the cat Buff.
Kitty. He usually comes into frame when it's later in the show and it's time to eat.
He's here yelling. Hang on.
Yeah, he's yelling. But
Neb's on Sea of Thieves
I played. I had Game Pass because I just wanted to just play on both my Xbox and PC. And then once the Xbox kind of died, and I haven't really gotten another one because there's really no need. So just kind of canceled it. Kitty.
Kitty. Man, the podcast listeners are missing
He's a
out on
very
everything.
big. He's a very big boy. He needs to get on a diet.
Yeah, we have two, and one of them is big and one of them is skinny. So yeah.
Get a little kitty treadmill.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I want one, or like the hamster wheels for the cats.
Man, maybe I need a hamster wheel in this office for me.
Dude, I know someone that has those like treadmill platforms and then the standing desk, and then it'll just
Yeah,
they'll be
those are
walking and working.
I do
Yeah.
have a standing desk. That'd be cool. I used to always think about they have just like the pedal parts of the bike you can set on the floor and just putting that under my desk while I'm gaming.
Yeah,
Just be like,
I've seen those too. Yeah.
well, you
And the
get,
only way your PCD powered is to keep pedaling. That's the
Well,
only way.
there you go. It shuts off if you stop. Unless you get your Omni treadmill for your VR setup. That's the real Omni movement we need. One of those omnidirectional treadmills for actually walking in VR. You know what I'm talking about, Blue?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that'd
do.
be cool.
Those are cool, but they make so much noise when you're running. So like
Oh, really?
thinking about from like a content creation perspective, it's just plastic on plastic the entire time.
You'd
So
have to
especially
do
if it's like a horror, dude. If it's like a horror VR game, you're sprinting away, and it's.
Man, you'd have
I
to
would love
do-
one, but it's also huge and expensive, and it's I'm still waiting for like headsets to get smaller and less expensive. So
Yeah,
I
that's always the
give
thing.
VR like another good 10 years. Dude,
10?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we'll see another good 10 years to be a little bit better where it's at now. I don't know if the money that is going into it is enough. So we'll see. Maybe even 5, you could see some good stuff, but 10 years would be like,
I will
man.
say, and I agree with that. I will say though, I don't know if you guys saw it. There's single player Tarkov has a VR mod, which looks
Yeah, I
awesome.
saw that as well.
But again,
too.
it's like, how do you, how intuitive will it be to actually play it? I agree with Blue. Like 5-10 years, I hope we're like Ready Player One type VR would be sick.
I'm just hoping
Yeah.
they get that shit figured out by the time I'm in a rest home. So like I can just play VR all day and escape this bullshit and
escape
just
reality.
yeah.
Yeah. You might at that point you might just have to just sit in a chair and just connect your brain with Elon Musk Neuralink and
Neuralink.
You
I'm
know.
good on that.
there you go.
They did the second one or whatever, and the guy was playing Counter-Strike with it, and I'm just like, holy, this is
Dude, there was
crazy,
old like
dude.
Bruce Willis movie. I think it was like Symbiont.
Oh, I know
something
the
like
one.
that.
Yeah, where they sit in the machines and like go into their own like robot bodies, basically.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was
Dude, I'm
called.
telling you, man.
Great
it's
movie.
something
Yeah.
that's gonna happen. And he's like one of the last people that just he's still in his regular body.
Yeah.
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 Watch. Then Call of Duty's coming to VR. Watch, you'll see one day. We'll see.
Calling it now.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, I'm
actually,
sure.
there are some VR clones that try to emulate like the Call of Duty gameplay style, especially with contractors. Their battle royale is almost like a little reminiscent of like older Warzone. Actually, funny enough,
What's it called?
I think it's contractors,
Oh, I'll have to look at that.
and
Is
that's
it-
a pretty
It's VR.
It's
You said
VR.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, there was some pretty sick VR games, but yeah, I want to be Ready Player One, like immersed. That's where I want.
in
That's
it?
what
Yeah.
I'll jump in.
Yeah. The headset I'm looking for is the Big Screen Beyond. It's like half the size of a Quest. It's got the same resolution, if not better, than a Valve Index, but it's 1,000 just for the headset.
Oh, nice.
And not including the monitors that you need in the corners and the head and the controllers. And if you want to get a gun stock as well with that too, it gets pretty expensive. And you need a beefy PC as well too. I think you're setting yourself up for that, Crash.
Oh yeah.
you're getting yourself VR ready for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to just knock down everything in my room and crater my entire office, flopping around
There you
in
go.
VR.
Pretty much. Yeah, you need some
Omni
room
movement with that. There you
Yeah,
go.
Oh,
Omni
dude,
movement
just diving,
in real life,
flopping
bro.
around on the floor. Yeah,
Oh,
for
man.
sure. I'm all in. Yeah, dang it. Freaking COD, man. I wish I was excited. That used to be part of my fall ritual, man. Get excited for COD, play some search. 16 new maps too, like 16 brand new maps. Sounds awesome.
I mean, it's better than what we got last time. So
Right, it's a big improvement. I always talk about wanting more maps, and that's a decent amount. If they're all original new ones, that's pretty good. Not any recycled
yeah. I
stuff.
hope they're not. I hope there are new ones, and they're really just not reskinned ones, because I know there's gonna be, you know, someone might start breaking down each new map. I can see this already, and like this looks exactly like this map, and it'll just show like a before and after. It's just different skinned. So that could be a thing, but I don't know. I haven't to be honest. I haven't played like Call of Duty like consistently since like, oh man, maybe Black Ops 2.
Oh man.
I played Modern Warfare 2019. I played Modern Warfare 2, the newer editions, and I tried it, but it just wasn't the same. And then, of course, I'm just more Battlefield fan myself, but we all know how that went out. So
Yep,
Yeah.
we sure do.
I'll just keep playing Delta Force. That's fine.
Boop, 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 boo, doo, boo. Yep. I was looking up a couple news stories that I was adding, but yeah, I've been.
But up next, we got the good old the game that's completely alive and well on its way to stardom.
This is something
definitely
that
not a dead game.
It's so tough to like comprehend the level of what the hell on this one, man. Like Concord, dude. I know Blackout and Red did videos about it, so if you guys want some more information about it, like a little bit in depth with Concord, you can check those out for sure. But it is like, holy crap, dude. This is a game that literally I can't imagine the percent of people, if you surveyed them, would say this game isn't going to work, like just general public. And then they launched it and they're like, what? It's not working. No one wants to play it. And it's like you have Overwatch 1 that's kind of dying out. So then they make an Overwatch 2 and that completely shits the bed, and they didn't even bring all the features that they promised to Overwatch 2. And then you have Sony making a Overwatch clone of 2 dead games that's only on PlayStation and PC, and there's like 100 and some countries it's not even available in, and you charge a premium price of $40 on it, and it's like an Overwatch clone. Like, what do you think is gonna happen, man? Like,
yeah,
I wish there was a sports book like betting odds on if a game will do good or not, and I would have went all in.
I feel like, dude, I feel like we could make some money on that. I feel like we got enough knowledge behind us.
It's so easy. I think we probably talked about it in quick shots, and we watched it and we're like, yeah, that's okay. It's out there, but
What's crazy is like, because this is a Sony title, right? And I saw Big Fry made a post, but dude, Sony multiplayer games used to crush it, like SOCOM.
I saw that post too.
Yeah, the Killzone games,
Resistance,
Resistance.
Yeah.
I loved Killzone. 1 was my first like PlayStation multiplayer game. And like Killzone 2 and 3 were phenomenal. Not only single player games were just phenomenal, which I really want to go back and replay those because they were so good. But the multiplayer was really fun. The graphics were amazing. SOCOM, Resistance. There's definitely other ones in it that I'm forgetting. But dude, they just like, that's how you make money, is you have this not only the nostalgia factor, but those were just good games. And yeah, they come out with this. Nobody's surprised at all.
Yeah, just crazy. And then what's also insane, if you watch like Redbeard's video, there's a developer that was talking shit on people that are like talking about the game, and called like people who are I guess this includes us, because we're criticizing the game, called us talentless freaks.
Looks like a bunch of talentless freaks made that game. So.
It kind of does. They might have been looking in the mirror, but it's like, dude, so they literally said that like, this is our first game, or the dev said, this is my first game, I'm proud of it, it's time to go play it. And somebody like respectfully replied, said, sorry, this was your first game to have this kind of reception, I'm sure it's not the dev's fault, and stuff like, and was actually like kind of nice about it. And then they went on to
They just
say,
throw
like, I
everything
don't
wrong.
give a shit what talentless freaks have to say about our game. It's a good game. And it's just like, that's not how it works. Like,
No.
it's just
That's
not.
that's Battlefield 5. Like, if you don't like it, don't buy it type stuff.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
You got to read the room, and that's I think a problem with a lot of AAA developers.
Oh wait, the
and
dev said that to the person that replied to them.
yeah, the dev said it on
Oh
Twitter
wow,
that they
what a
don't care
dick.
what a bunch of talentless freaks say about their game. They know it's good.
But I think this is another example of these studios
The cope is real, dude.
chasing trends instead of just making a good game. Like, read the room. It's I feel like it's pretty clear if you're keeping up with things what players want or what would be successful. Instead, everyone just seems to be trying to play it safe and like make carbon copies of games that have been successful, and there's no originality going on here. I think it's tough, man. It's tough being like a first-person shooter fan and just kind of seeing just garbage.
It would
come out all
not
the time.
surprise me if this Firewalk Studios was toast pretty soon. I bet they split them up.
Yeah, and they put out a Twitter post, you know. Hey, you know, we're shutting down our doors. It was a pleasure working with all you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're proud of what we've done. And okay, all right.
I'll take Anthony's question asking if Delta Force is original. The extraction mode very much is. No one mechanic of it is crazy new and groundbreaking, which no one says you need that. But that blend of hardcore mechanics and arcade mechanics and like ease of use and UI feelings, there's not a game with accessible shooting and that deep of a economy and that many quest lines with that many quality of life features. There's not another game like that. It's like the perfect
alpha
blend of that. It's such a really good blend of an extraction shooter that's playable yet complicated enough to keep you involved because every single raid turns out differently, but you don't have to have like a bunch of stuff on the screen. It's just in a really good pocket of complexity and convenience. And I don't think there's another extraction shooter like it. Now we can't say the same for the Battlefield mode, right? It's very much like 2042 with the specialists and things like that.
True.
But
I want to say something too, because so the thing about their Battlefield modes is that it might not be original, but it just takes the same foundation and works on that basic fundamental gameplay and focuses more on that than adding in all these other cool little knickknacks that they added into the game, wingsuits and grapple hooks and like that. Sure, are there operators and do they have cheesy lines? Yes. Could they be taken away and be replaced with traditional classes? I would enjoy that, but I'm not saying I'm not seeing the operators take away either from the gameplay itself in the Battlefield mode. And then I was also seeing like development behind the scenes and like having talks with like other consultants and stuff like that. A lot of the terms that we get thrown around is like, oh, games need to be original nowadays. Like, no, I don't think games need to be 100% original just to be a good game. I think if you still take elements from other games but make it put your own twist on it, you can make a very successful game within a specific niche. So and I like look at different again. Tarkov was the only extraction game for the longest time, and there's really only one way to do extraction game modes: is to go in, get loot, get out. You die, you lose all your stuff. And there's so many other extraction games nowadays that do it almost, if not as good or better than what Tarkov does. And I don't think just having to be original is the only way to have a successful game. But that also doesn't mean actually, it does mean you should probably start looking at trends as well too. I think if you're still like, again, with this like Overwatch clone, if Overwatch 2 failed and there's so many other champion shooters out there, maybe it wouldn't be the best moment to work on another champion shooter.
Right.
So
yeah, and I think it's another example of just like reading the room, right? I think the difference between Battlefield and this is Battlefield tried to do so, and I used to poor choice of word like original. Like, Battlefield always tries to be unique lately and do something new and original, which is great. But there's the part of reading the room. What do the fans want? And that's where Delta Force did everything with that battlefield mode and the extraction mode, and they said, okay, what do like the players want? What's a good grounded game without us making all this, without being brand new features for everything? I think that's kind of what we're seeing there. Is that's an example of developers reading the room, saying, hey, this is what the player base wants. Look at the backlash of these games. Let's do this, and look how successful it is. So
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yes.
You're right. Because with Concord, you can look exactly what happened. The rumor is that this game started around 2016. What was big in 2016? Overwatch. So Sony's like, we need to make our own Overwatch. By the time they got it done,
shelved for this long, or
I don't know.
Like...
I think that's what Redbeard was telling me in chat. I can't confirm that. But you can just, even if you don't pick a date, you can just say that they're like, oh, we need to make our own Overwatch. And by the time they got it out, the Overwatch was played out, and like,
just way too late. Yeah,
here we are.
Yeah, and I guess they just had to put it out there, which is, again, also the fact that so many other countries just don't have access to this as well too didn't help their cause. You know, so even if they had more of a player base, and then again, it's that thing where the game doesn't have a player base, so it's hard to find games, and it just dies, because of that as well too. So I don't think people wrote it off immediately because of it wasn't a champion shooter, but maybe if it released back in 2016, this would be a whole different conversation. Maybe we'd be talking about season 8, at this point, so who knows? But
yeah, I mean, it's crappy because like I don't want to see developers getting backlash for something that it's not like the developers decided, let's make this game. Clearly Sony said, this is the game we want. This is the development studio.
That's hired his company.
Yeah. So they're doing the best they can. I think they were just given, horrible ideas. And that goes back to like upper management, which we talked about with EA and Battlefield. Like the decision makers in the room need to do a better job all across the board.
Correct. And that's when we're seeing more independent studios come out, They're just tired of all these publishers.
Yep. I think the indie games, they're killing it because you get a group of like fans who are also gamers who have development experience, and they make a game that they know the player base wants. And that's what's exciting about having a PC and being able to play those.
Yep. Yeah, do you want to do some
shots that are quick?
Quick shots.
Did that work?
It did work.
I heard it.
Dude, I freaked out. I freaked out whenever I thought we might have lost a quick shot.
If it didn't work, you would have to take like an actual, revolver and shoot it out your window.
Dust pop.
Yeah, just go ahead and give her one. Just send one out the window. Yeah, dude. I thought it was. I thought for a second I lost a quick shot noise forever, and it was going to be a sad day because I took a couple different.
We're good.
Sound clips. We're fine. Sorry, I'll quit rambling about it, but
okay,
we're fine. One thing I wanted to talk about that was brought up in chat that I'd forgot about until then, which is super crazy. Did you see the AI teammates in Arena Breakout Infinite?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
I was watching.
Really
I was watching a Tactic Gamers video on that. It seemed interesting. I mean, it's a lot more intuitive because it's not like commands you have to memorize. But I do agree with a lot of things that he said. It's like, okay, it's more like the little nuances that I worry about. It's like, hey man, take cover by that tree. One of the moments there. It's like, cool, but where are you getting shot from exactly? And does the AI know to take cover not towards on the other side of the tree where he's getting shot at, but behind the tree where he's actually taking cover? And like as simple as like when he's like, hey, go stand by that truck over there, or like, take cover by that truck, or he's like, move here, then move to the truck. There's like a big gaping garage entrance on his right side, and the AI doesn't like look to the right real quick just to see if anyone's in there before taking cover. So it's like little nuances like that. It's very basic AI when it comes to movement, but when it comes to actual like the speech and the commands, especially from like, I'm thinking like when I saw that, I immediately kind of got like flashbacks to like old SWAT and games like that of just
Right.
like
Yeah.
an
Ghost
alpha
Re- the
team,
original Ghost
banging
Recon.
clear, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I
it's like, you know,
I do want to rewind for a second because we didn't exactly preface what this is in case you guys were listening and didn't like see it.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My
So
bad. I was excited. I got excited.
yeah, he's excited because it's crazy. It's crazy. But what this is Arena Breakout Infinite is putting in AI teammates, and it's more than you think. It's not just like bots that run around or whatever. You can actually command them to go to places, and you can use your voice. They recognize over 17,000 in-game things, and you can just talk to them and tell them to do stuff, and they're your teammates, but
Just
they're
crazy.
Yeah,
AI.
it's
So, it's
cool.
pretty wild. I don't know why with all the AI craze and stuff, I never put this together that this was going to be a thing, but now that I've seen it, it kind of makes sense, right? Like this could be something that happens a lot in the future. I don't know if it has implications that goes all the way to like reviving dead games. Like if they put AI teammates that are really good you could talk to in World War III, maybe you're playing it. Maybe you're playing it.
Servers are
I would like to
populated.
see. I would like to see this implements. This game mechanic implemented into multiple games as well too. Not saying every game needs AI teammates, but there's definitely some games out there, especially like I can see this in like a survival game, like when you need like different teammates to like go gather resources and stuff like that, and go exploring with you. That would be really cool to see you talking to the AI and actually just what if you start having a natural conversation with them at one point? It'd be hilarious. Um, but yeah, no, I mean the fact that the AI kind of knows suppressing fire and when to throw certain grenades, and
Yeah,
it's
really cool.
yeah, again, it's they're basic in the sense of like they don't have like uh what's the word, they don't have like a fear of for their life in
Mhm.
particular, so it's not like the second they get shot they immediately duck and take cover, and so or maybe they do, I don't know, I haven't seen it too much. Like what if they start getting shot at, do they immediately take cover and let you know? Is it like Arma 3, it's like enemy front 200 meters, it's like do they start saying commands like that? So yeah, I mean, it did say that they know the environment, but again, watching the actual video itself, it's like sort of, because again, they could not clear a corner because they're just not used to doing that.
That's
So it'd be
crazy.
nice.
Yeah.
In this
It'd be nice to see
example, he
that.
literally just says squat and stand up 10 times to draw their fire. The guy's in a bush and he stands and squats 10 times because you told him to.
Dude, that's
Damn, just
that's,
using your
that's
AI as
Just using your
freaking cannon
voice.
fodder is
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Yeah,
But
that's
he's like,
Uh,
I saw a couple of clips where they're like, stay engaged with this person, I'm gonna flank, and they're like, copy that, and they kept fighting so the actual player could go flank and stuff.
dude, you
Yeah,
can even
that's
you
yeah.
can even tell the AI to flank too. I mean, that's so cool. Honestly, I really like that. I think that's huge.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
could make. What if like Ready or Not had something like that?
Work to distract the enemy.
Stand in the wide open and do the Macarena. Go. Oh, Simon didn't say it. Start messing with them, but no, I don't know, dude. It's crazy. Like certain single player games that would be so cool to have it into, like a team based AI game like Ready or Not would be cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ready or Not, has it already, sort of.
But you
Again,
can't
it's not
talk to
as
him, right?
Yeah, there's voice commands you can use. You can split them up into like different colored teams as well too. Like Alpha, Bravo. They were like there's like blue, red, gold as well too, I believe. Um, but again, it's not. It's very. It's like you have to say what's on the screen though. So you have to say blue team bang and clear, because it's specifically there. But when it comes to like just natural conversation,
Hmm.
that's new. That's a little bit newer. Now there have been AI teammates, voice controlled AI teammates for a very long time, but specifically the natural way of speaking and then them recognizing that
Hmm.
is a lot different. So
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Interesting. Mm,
Yeah, that's cool.
quick shot.
yeah.
What else we got?
The other thing I was going to talk about is new Rainbow Six Siege season. Rainbow Six
Oh
Siege
man, can we talk? Yeah, I'm glad we're talking about it because
It's right
I've seen
around the
so
corner.
many jokes, man. So many jokes.
What did I do? What I do? I broke it. What I do?
Very mobile.
The operator is a person in a wheelchair that controls two other bots. That they can switch back and forth between. Ironically, like Spectre Divide, like the game that just came out into play testing. It's kind of crazy that it's like Spectre Divide, and then there's an operator that you can do this. There's no way that they could have right. I don't think this had to be worked on for both projects had to have worked on for a while. I clicked the wrong button. Sorry, I clicked the fade to black button, which is new to me. So
Bravo 6 going dark.
Yeah, we just went dark like Kid Price. Sorry about that.
That was good.
Yeah. So I'll play a video of what the ops do, but like when you're not in one, it folds up into like a little shield, and then you pop into the other one and it folds its shields down and then pulls up the gun. It is, however, what I was worried about originally when I first heard about this was that you're going to have 2 lives, and in Rainbow Six Siege, having a person advantage is huge. Like if it's like a 4v5 already, you have a huge chance of winning. However, if one of your bots gets shot, you're done. Like you're both done. So you don't get an extra life per se.
Okay, so you and the bots are both done, or all, so 3 of you are done, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So, and dude, it's so weird, man. Like just how gamers are. What have you been hearing,
people
Blue?
like, just, this is DEI at its best again. They just had to incorporate someone. I was like, I don't think so. I think this is a really just quirky character. I don't think it was specifically for wheelchair people representation, but I mean, I don't see anything. I'm not a Rainbow Six player with it, so give it, take what I say with a grain of salt. But I don't see anything wrong with it. But then someone might be like, oh, that's just more people to shoot at. I don't know.
It's also the games in like how many seasons, they have to come up with new operators all the time. It's like, what else is left? Like, okay, well, we can't just have like some random generic person with another ability. Let's try and do something a little bit different. So, I mean,
I did see the memes though, was hilarious. That one of them was like if they like here comes the Biden skin. And it was just like, just him in a wheelchair, just. And then I went to the Hector Salamanca for freaking. That'd be great. Just start ringing the bell and stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. So again, it's the memes and the jokes are out there. People thought it was a whole DEI stuff. It's like that. I don't think so. I think they're just. I'm ready for the next Rainbow Six game at this point. I think maybe they're just kind of just taking things that were on the drawing table. All right, guys, what do we got left? What else can you push out? So maybe that could be the thing, or maybe this was worked on for a very long time. I don't. What's the whole Spectre Divide thing? You said that was.
Well, it's just weird that the game. I think it's got to be coincidence, but Spectre Divide came out, and that's the game that Shroud worked on, where it's a lot like Valorant or CS:GO, but you have 2 bodies that you have your Spectre, and you can switch back and forth between bodies. So then it's kind of funny that in this one, they did that. Like as that one's going under playtest, the next Siege season has exactly that new interesting mechanic that no one's ever done before. As far as this goes, from someone who plays a fair amount of Siege, I think this is an operator that you talk about the Call of Duty cycle. There is a Siege cycle as well with every season where Call of Duty players freak out about shit, and then when it's actually in game, it's like not that bad. Like they think this is gonna be super OP.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be actually pretty weak. Like trying to keep you have 2 people on the 2 characters on the map that can get shot and you're dead. Like it's gonna be a pain in the ass to keep one of them safe.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's like it's the operator and 2 robots, right?
But the operator's not really on. Like the wheelchair is not even on the map. Like they're remotely controlling it. You just play as the 2 bots. So you bounce back
so
and
I
forth.
thought you were like rolling around in a wheelchair on freaking R6 maps.
No, you really just have 2 characters that fold up into a shield that you can bounce back and forth between. It's really not, and they operate and move like the same way.
Okay, all right. Well, so then it's like, so if one of the bots dies, that's it. You're done. You're out of the game.
Both are done. Yep, you're out. Yeah. So I mean, it's
interesting. Okay.
It's not really anything super crazy, but it's gonna be cool to see how it plays out. I think there's some play potential, and as far as like having a wheelchair person like that, it affects the game 0, and honestly, it kind of fits, right? Like because Rainbow Six Siege gets accused of always being like way out there. Like, what if you had some kind of super sorcerer magic person that could transfer consciousness between bodies? People would be like, what the hell? But I mean, it's kind of believable with all those videos you see from Boston Dynamics and shit to have
That
remote control
the way
soldiers.
AI is going,
So
exactly.
it's really, I know it's not, but it's like really like a feasible or more grounded way to do this. To have
It's
bots,
grounded
like,
in the world that R6 has made for
right,
themselves already.
Yeah, it's not like super
yeah.
crazy magical. It's like ultra high tech, like Rainbow Six Siege is like magical, almost tech is what it does. Like, I'm not saying it's grounded by any means, but I think they have to
But
do
in
this
their
stuff.
universe, it is.
Yeah, right. And I think they have to do this stuff to keep it fresh. It'd be boring as shit, but like, I think this to me is a much better way of having a two entity operator than if they did some kind of magical conscious transfer bullshit. Like, I don't even think we're that far off, or there probably is some really good remote control soldiers that are already out there from like Boston Dynamics and shit. So
yeah, maybe some like connective link that once one goes down, it goes away. I mean, okay, look, the game already has, all kinds of crazy gadgets and operators in it. This isn't that far off, it feels like. So
yeah, super crazy stuff.
Yeah, it feels more like a defensive strat as well too with that.
Yeah, and you can
well
get,
too.
you can get, and it's teamwork, right? Like, it's going to be hard to make plays with this, but it's going to be cool too because the other bot that you're not using sets up like a shield, so you can place your bot as a shield for other players, for teammates, and then they're like, come back to this one, I need your help, and you can pop back into that one, and like, but they can play behind your bot and give you comms for that side too. So I think there's playability. It's definitely gonna need teamwork and team play. I don't hate it. I don't get the hate really.
No, it was just the hate for that, and then also just the memes that came. Another one was like, there's a level in one of the new Doom games when you're rolling around a wheelchair with like a just a pistol in your hand, and it was like, this is the new Rainbow Six Siege operator. It's just him rolling around in a wheelchair shooting people. It was funny, but yeah, that's all I saw really. Was just they try to push it off as, oh, this is just another DEI operator. It's like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's lore behind it and stuff like that. So
some of the other stuff I was going to talk about within the season that's definitely of note. I'm kind of interested in the Siege Cup. So every 2 weeks on the weekends, they're going to have tournaments. So you can sign up your 5-stack to hop into a tournament, and they'll kind of match you up based on skill in a bracket, and you play through like an esports tournament just with your buddies on a weekend. I think that'd be cool as hell. Super competitive. And I hope I can get the crew together to try one of those. It sounds pretty fun. Competitive packs, there's going to be new cosmetics that you can get with that, and competitive coins. Short match and long match. That's a 1v1. No one cares about that. It's dumb. Yeah, new rank skill thing, arcade playlist, snipers only is going to be added, and then some balancing changes that people that aren't me probably don't care about too much. But there's that.
I mean, well, you got anything else?
I don't think so. Did you have anything else that we missed?
Just a few things. Just seeing, what was it?
Did you hit the button?
Yeah, hit the button.
Yeah,
and
Buff's internet. I feel for him.
I feel it.
Internet problems are infuriating because you have no control over it.
No, that's Spectrum. I hated Spectrum when I had them too. I'm glad. Xfinity isn't much better, but I haven't really gotten any outages like crazy.
Buff's back
because of that, so he's back
for now.
Also, shout out to the video ninja that we use. Like, if I was using Discord and it like moved our stuff around and like it would mess stuff up, with this, like, you just pop back in and it.
Yeah,
I like this website.
That is very nice.
Shout out to that guy.
Let's see, because I wanted to talk about, like, I know there's two things. Just seeing like some news from like Beautiful Light and also Dead Side as well too. They made a little post on Steam about like because there was that whole like backlash of like the rating system becoming from only online rating to offline. um and looks like they're testing different iterations with it. So now um there's going to be 3 server rating options that they're currently working with. It's not officially in the game, but they're kind of just working and testing it. So one of them will be rating will be enabled at all times. So that'll be your just like basic, always online or offline rating. So no matter what time of the day, it could be 4 o'clock in the morning, you can get offline rated, and there goes your base. So
Oh,
that's kind of, that does suck. I mean, that's like old, that's like classic Rust. That's why you hope you upgrade your base, and that you probably lay some traps, and you just hope that your base is there when you wake back and log back in the morning or during the day. There's also another server option where rating is completely disabled, so your base is just there no matter what. And then this one is interesting. It's because they need to figure out a way to like have the server lag free when it comes to a bunch of player made bases on the map, including now there's going to be boats and vehicles, and you can keep vehicles in your base that won't decay and stuff like that. But rating enabled on decaying bases specifically. So if like someone hasn't logged in a bit, that base becomes a rateable target, and then you can go and raid their base. So um that could also be exploited, I feel like, with alternate accounts that just log in just so their base decay isn't as bad. But yeah, at least they're trying something, and it is server option. So again, people that want always rating options can now have that, and then if not, they don't need it. So um that's just a little quick update from dead side, especially because they kind of got review bombed a little bit because of their announcement of online raids, which is kind of dumb. But 'cause it's not like it wasn't even in the game. It was just, I don't know. I get it. People want their feedback heard, and the CEO came out and goes, "Hey, we heard you. We heard you guys. We're gonna wait before we actually roll this out, and we want your opinions." So, uh, that was pretty cool to see.
nice.
Let's see. Let's see.
Um,
This is just a
oh,
picture of beautiful light that I
dude,
wanted to showcase on Twitter.
I actually did want to talk about beautiful
Look,
light.
shot.
I really
It's
want to know.
beautiful.
I want to know
It's
Buff's
beautiful.
opinion, because Buff likes grounded type tactical modern
Yeah.
stuff, and that's how
Yeah.
the characters are. But it's like also like paranormal stuff. Like, what is your stance on what you've seen on Beautiful Light so far? Is it something you'd be interested in or no?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna check it out. It reminds me a lot, not just with the paranormal aspect. It reminds me of Fear from back in the day. If anyone played that, now I'm not like comparing the two. I'm just saying the paranormal aspect of it. But yeah, the weapon models and everything look great. Character models. So yeah, it's something I'll definitely check out. It looks, if nothing else, it looks like a really fun experience. So I'm excited to get my hands on it for sure.
I want it to be a modern Hunt Showdown.
Oh, it's gonna
Yeah, that'd
be,
be great.
imagine again like Hunt Showdown with your extraction shooter
Mhm.
with player
Paranormal stuff.
controlled, yeah, like anomalies on top of um is what they're called. They're called echoes. So instead of like stalker anomalies, they're called echoes. So you're gonna have your like electric fields and fire orbs and uh one of the, I think they're called, one of them is called a phoenix orb, which is just like a burning ball of fire that just moves around in between buildings. And then your voltic fields, which is just like your electric areas that if you walk into, you'll probably die. So you're gonna have what's the word, you're gonna have like nature mechanics, you're gonna have your monster mechanics, you're gonna have player mechanics, you're gonna have moments when there's like a giant wave that comes through that forces everyone underground. If you're above ground, you're gonna die. Again, very stalker like when it comes to like the oh, I'm blanking out. Why am I blanking out? I'm actually really blanking out. Anyway,
It's stalker like when it comes to the
someone in chat might help me out. it's the thing where it's like the wave of radiation comes through and basically like wipes everything on the surface. And if you're caught in that, I'm trying to remember why I literally been playing soccer for years now at this point, and I can't remember. I love my brain. Isn't it great sometimes?
Getting
Just
old's fun.
forget, like, yeah,
Very
but
fun.
yeah, no, yeah, it's cool to even just see like that floating truck. You know, it's gonna be like that more like
Yeah,
mysticism,
cool.
mystical feel to the game. You know, so yeah,
I was really curious what Buff thought of it because it's like some of it is I know he
emissions.
thinks is awesome.
Jesus Christ, thank you.
What is
Well,
it?
no one said it. Emission.
Okay.
When an emission happens, jeez.
Yeah,
wow,
no one
that
else
took me
take credit for
forever.
that. Blue got it. He got there.
Yeah, yeah.
We watched it in
And
real
just-
time.
We did. We got to see the
Just
the gears turning,
the gears
little steam
grinding,
coming out of
dude.
his little smoke coming out of his ears. He was computing over there. It was sweet.
Sure was.
The robot on me had a glitch.
But yeah, man. Dude, I didn't really have anything else. I kind of feel like your kitty
Yeah.
after my late night of trying to get my computer to work.
Yeah. No. I don't know. I'm just waiting for other games to come out. I haven't really played Delta Force in a few days. Only I just feel like I don't want to just burn myself out when it comes
That's
to
where
that.
I am too. Yeah, that's where I am. Because it's gonna release and you gotta do it all over again.
Exactly. And then I just really want Gray Zone to eventually somehow figure something out. Eventually, I know they were like, it was cool seeing like the Beautiful Light guys and Gray Zone guys
Yeah.
like meet up over in Gamescom, but like
Mhm.
it was, dude, people were like bashing on Gray Zone. It was so dumb because they were like, hey, instead of being at Gamescom, maybe you should be working on the game, and then
Yeah, because
freaking
that's the same people. Yeah.
yeah, they were like, yeah, it's like it's almost like if our marketing team is completely different from their actual development team.
right.
It's like it's like oh man. So, when I saw that, I was like, dude, these guys are just getting flack. But I mean, what we're waiting on the next roadmap
That's a
eventually.
great game. I'm excited. Like I want to play it too. It's just right now I think we talked about it before. Like I'm just waiting for a little bit more content to jump in. The problem is right now there's a lot, especially me coming newly into PC again. Like there's just so much to play. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I want to
Yeah.
jump in and get some new stuff. And I'm fine waiting. I'm not. It's not like I'm gonna never play it. Like if it takes them 6 months, it takes them 6 months, and I'll jump in and I'll be happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good game.
Yep. Cool, man. Yeah, I think that's a show, but I agree. There's like I haven't even got to play the new Hunt yet. I've been playing Delta Force and Rainbow and a little bit of we played.
Like now would be the time. I think you can kind of just chill on Delta Force for now.
Yeah, I think the hype has kind of died down a little bit until launch, and then it'll come back. And I honestly too, I am floored that we haven't seen the roadmap for Gray Zone. They did that creator call where they told us like what was in it essentially, and that it's coming very soon. And that's probably been a month ago. Anyway, or more.
I bet they want to probably have it close to ready to.
I think they're very
to like come out. When
I think they're being
release the
very
trailer.
safe so they don't promise something and not get it done. That's
Right,
what I am feeling happening.
Smart.
Probably, yeah. Probably the best policy. Trying to see, but yeah. There's a lot of people frustrated with it. It's just going to be a slow build. So, all right. Is that it for a program?
I think that's
Before my
that's it
internet
for
goes out
me.
again, maybe.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
before
that's
this
true, too.
crashes. And side note, bonus plot twist. I just realized I didn't record the whole thing. So I get to download it from YouTube and do a bunch of extra steps.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So it's going pretty good here.
You
for
know
me.
what? Out of everything that could have gone wrong, that's probably the least
right.
worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah, it definitely could be
You know.
worse. So, all right then. Well, you guys have a good one.
Yeah,
everyone.
take care.
Trying to
See
think
you
of what
next,
else.
See you next week.
Thank you guys for being here.
Be a friend.
Thank you guys for
Be a friend.
chatting.
Tell a friend.
That's it. Be a friend, tell a friend, bring someone back with you next week, and we will see you then. I guess we'll be talking about COD. We're not going to do a COD next show like we have been, are we? We're just talking about it next week.
No, I don't think there's enough there to do a COD.
We're not as
show.
excited as we used to be. Plus, everything is already leaked. So if you
we'll just talk about it on Monday.
We'll talk about it Monday. Monday will probably be a big a big COD program. We'll talk about all that stuff and whatever else pops up on the radar. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll see you then.
Later, guys.